Welcome to Season 7 of the RFL. It is very exciting that I join you through a video and not writing a column on our homepage. This is something I've been wanting to get us towards, and I'm excited. I've got a little bit more cooperation from the league this year, and we should be putting up some weekly videos, some interviews, some commentary from owners from around the league. And at the end of the year, I do expect to put out a nice blooper reel of various videos. This is my fourth take at this point, so it'll be very exciting to see what we put out. Anyway, just wanted to let y'all know that's what you can expect. And I've also got some pre-draft power rankings. Myself and Luke put them together after all the keepers were submitted. So we're going to hop right into that since we've got the draft coming up on Sunday, the 26th. Very exciting. The season is almost here. Season 7. Everybody, the quest to dethrone Tony. So, Luke, do you have anything to say to get things started today before we jump into our rankings?
Hello, everybody. It's been a long off season, but we are finally back. 1 week away from the draft today. It is the 19th of August, and we're going to be doing some fantasy projections based off of the keepers. Wanted to say congratulations to Tony one last time for the new season starts, and yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
Yes, I will begrudgingly congratulate Tony once again on his championship last year, but that'll be the last time because we've moved on to a brand new season. Luke, get me started. Who is your number 10 team?
Right, starting the ranking off, coming in at number 10, we have Michael. His keepers are Kenyon Drake, Larry Fitzgerald, and Tyreek Hill. Also, he's keeping a player for Tony, which is great for everybody. I mean, his keepers aren't bad, but there's some good keepers out there, and I think he's definitely at the bottom. He's going to have to draft well. Kenyon Drake is meh. Larry Fitzgerald's always good. Tyreek Hill is coming off a high year, but I don't believe he'll perform the same that he did last year. That's why I have Michael at number 10.
I take it you mean Mike Evans, not Larry Fitzgerald. Now, I'll get to Michael in a minute, but Luke, I got to be honest with you. I've got you ranked number 10. You're keeping Ingram, who I understand when he's back, he's going to be, formidable, but he's gone the first 4 weeks of the season. You're bringing back Breeze. I know he's your boy. I know you two are tight, but he's just not the same Drew Brees he's been in the past. And then you've got Jordan Howard, who's good, not great. And I don't even remember who your other keeper was, but I've got you, unfortunately, at number 10. But I do have Michael coming in at number 9. And just think about this. Michael had to trade Tony back to get Tyreek Hill. And he traded Tyreek Hill, Greg Olsen, and David Johnson all together to Tony last season. Think about if he had only had to trade for Mike Evans this year, if he still had David Johnson, if he still had Tyreek Hill, and he was pairing them with, a Larry Fitzgerald or Alex Collins or someone like that. Michael could be much more formidable, but I think getting rid of those picks to get Evans, starting with only 3 players, I think he's digging himself a hole, and it's going to be tough to come out of.
And then at number 9, we have Chris. He's keeping Cooks, Freeman, Diggs, and Kelsey. He could be a little low. Freeman's going to be good. Diggs is coming off his best season, but his best season was a finish number 18, wide receiver. So it's not that great. Kelsey's always good. It's nice to have a good tight end, but it's not that strong. And Cook, I mean, he's supposed to be a workhorse, but we've yet to see it. He was good last year before his injury, and he's still got to prove himself to me. So that's why I have Chris at 9.
Oh wow, I really have to disagree with you on Chris's rankings. That is, I'll get to him much later in my personal power rankings. But coming in number 8 for me is going to be Jonah. Now that is one something Jonah should feel proud of. He's not coming in at number 10, which is almost where he always starts the season out at. But I really like Michael Thomas. I really like Melvin Gordon. I really like the fact he didn't keep Cam Newton. And I think Derrick Henry's going to be solid. We still don't know, is he going to be in a timeshare with Dion Lewis? Exactly how good is that Titans offense going to be? I think he's going to be great. Easily top 15. I feel like he's way underrated right now. But the big question mark is Josh Gordon, who just showed up to training camp. Hadn't been here all off season, so we will see. In my mind, that's essentially like not keeping a player, still taking a chance. You could have not kept Josh Gordon, gotten a pick at the end of the first round, and still probably drafted Gordon in the third round or so.
Number 8, we have Mark, the Hong Kong Cavaliers, keeping Russell Wilson, Jerick McKinnon, Allen Robinson, and Gronk. This is a good team. Wilson's good. Jerick McKinnon just got traded to San Francisco. He's taking over Carlos Hyde's role. He's supposed to be a workhorse there. He's never had good numbers, but his workload's going to be good. Robinson was good, coming off an injury as well, so we'll see. He's supposed to be coming out hot, and then Gronk is good as well. I just didn't think the team was that strong. McKinnon, we'll see. Robinson, we'll see. That's why I have him at number 8.
All right, so I've got Mark coming in at number 7. I think he really improved his team, but my biggest question mark is why keep Allen Robinson? He's coming off a big injury. He's going to a new team. I would have either not kept a player, maybe kept Lamar Miller. Probably not keeping a player would have been your best option. Lamar might be there at the end of the first round, probably going to go early second round. Just depends where people value him. Is he in a timeshare? Is Foreman going to replace him? But, I mean, I did make the trade. I do think it worked out for both of us. I think McKinnon's probably going top 15 this year is where he's going to finish as a running back. Easily RB2, could push RB1. I think Wilson's probably going to be top 5. A little inconsistent for me personally. He's going to put up great numbers when the season's through, but it's that I'm going to get you 15 points one week, I'm going to get you 33 the next. That's not what I need to win every single week. So that's why Mark comes in at 7 for me.
Coming in at number 7, we have the Dallas Big D's, me. I like my team. I'm keeping Drew Brees, Jordan Howard, Mark Ingram, and Brandon Cooks. But based off keepers alone, it's not that strong. Drew Brees is going to be good. Brandon Cooks, I think, is going to be good. He just signed a big deal out in LA. Ingram's coming off a suspension, though. And Howard, we'll see. This team has upside, but right now, kind of towards the low end of the pack. Like I said, there's some strong keeper teams out there. I'm going to have to draft well to get back up to the top. Coming in at number 6, we have Joe, the Tit Wagons. Gotta love him. He's keeping Watson, coming off injury, Zeke, Mixon for the Bengals, and T.Y. I mean, Watson and Zeke are really carrying this team. T.Y. should be good with luck back. The only reason I have him lower is because of Mixon. I've dealt with the Bengals running backs. It's never worked out for me. So we'll have to see on that, but I like his three: Watson, Zeke, and Hilton. Like him a lot, but we're gonna have to see from Mixon on this.
I came really close to putting Joe at 6 myself, but that is where Alex came for me. Now, love Antonio Brown. He's going to be another amazing, you know, number one receiver, top, what, 3 at the worst. Aaron Rodgers, probably, again, number one quarterback, top 3 at worst. But you got Amari Cooper, who just hasn't quite gotten over that hump. Could this finally be his year to break out? Uh, all signs point to yes, but you just don't know with that Raiders team, with John Gruden at the helm, what are they going to be like? And then Ajayi, I think, was a weird keep for me. I wouldn't have kept anybody. I would have just taken that extra pick. I think there's enough talent available in the first 11 picks that you could have gotten 2 better players, and still, if you wanted, maybe drafted Ajayi at the end of the second round, even. But then I've got Joe number 5, and I really like Zeke. I think everybody does. I think Ty is going to have another great season with Luck back. Mixon seems to, maybe he'll be over those rookie struggles. I mean, he didn't have a bad year last year, but you got a lot of experts out there looking at him as a RB2. And then Deshaun Watson, what can you say? It's hard to say anything negative. He lit it up last year, second coming of Mike Vick. So drafting in the 3rd position, having that solid core, I think Joe could be one of the better teams this year. We'll just have to see if he makes a huge misstep in the draft or not.
Coming in to the top 5, number 5. These are some strong teams. Starting it off with the Baby Groots. Alex keeping Aaron Rodgers, Jay Ajayi, Antonio Brown, and Amari Cooper. Um, I mean, always dangerous this team is when that you got Rodgers and Antonio Brown, who are both, I mean, could be number one at their positions. Um, the only questions are an Ajayi and a Cooper. I think they're both wide receiver 2, running back 2s. So that's why it's a little weaker, but he's got those strong points. Cooper should do well in Oakland with Crabtree gone. Could be their top receiver, but we're going to have to see on that. And not a huge fan of Ajayi, but Alex seems to have faith, so we'll see. Coming in at number 5. And then at number 4, we have the Thunder Bay Thundercats, name change from Gene. He's keeping Kareem Hunt, LaShawn McCoy, OBJ, and Keenan Allen. This is a good team, good keepers. All these players have the potential to be top 5, but I'm not wowed. Not wowed. They're good players, um, but I could easily see them finishing, maybe top 10, not top 5. Hunt isn't going to be as effective as last year in my eyes. McCoy's probably going to tear an ACL this season. I could see that. I could definitely see that. OBJ should be back to normal. Keenan Allen was a good pickup from a trade. So we'll have to see. Top 4 is still pretty good.
I'd say I'm a little insulted because you haven't ranked Jonah yet, and I'm behind Jonah, so I'm a little insulted by that. But it's tough to argue top 4. I'll take that. For myself, I've got Zach number 4, which I had him number 2. I had him number 2 until he pulled the trigger and didn't keep McCaffrey. I think Nuke, Julio, and Fournette, solid. Really solid. It's a great start, and having 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, I think that builds for the future. But having McCaffrey on your team, where McCaffrey's going to be drafted before he gets a chance to draft him, I think that really hurts him. So you've only got 3 players right now. That's why I've got Zach sitting at number 4.
Comes the wild card. Coming in at number 3, I have Jonah, the Mount Olympus Megalodons. Yeah, I mean, he's not keeping Cam Newton, by the way. His keepers are Derrick Henry, Melvin Gordon, Michael Thomas, and Josh Gordon. I mean, strong based on keepers alone. But the fact that he's not keeping Cam Newton I mean, that should tell you everything about his attitude towards this season. I mean, he's coming to play. He's got the players. He's been waiting on this. That Derrick Henry investment might pay off. This man picked up Josh Gordon like halfway through last season off the waiver wire. So I mean, you got to respect it, um, and I do respect it. I think he has a good chance to win it all this season with this team. I mean, he's got tremendous upside. It's gonna be fun to watch. He's gonna have to draft well, but I mean, I'm I'm here for it. I'm ready for the Megalodons. Number 3.
Jonah. Really? I guess I can't get too upset about the Jonah pick because I'm getting kind of crazy myself. Horse dicks are back. I've got Chris at number 3. You've got Cooks. You've got Freeman. You've got Kelsey. Diggs is your biggest question mark as a keeper. And, I mean, if he's healthy, he's got a solid quarterback. He's got a solid receiver on the other side to make sure he's not being doubled. I think Diggs has a great season. I think Freeman has a bounce back season. You could see him as a top 10 running back. I think Cook is going to have a great season. And Kelsey again. And you've got Chris drafting at the top of the draft. That is his downfall, typically. But if he can put together a solid draft, if he can not trade away, a Gurley for garbage, he's got a chance to really put something special together this year.
Coming in at number 2, we have Zach, the Auburn Tigers. Always good. He's keeping Fournette, Jones, and Hopkins. Some great keepers. Some of the top receivers. Hopkins came at receiver number 1 last year. Julio, I think, is going to have an even better season this year. And then he's got a keeper for Tony, which means he's going to have 2 first-round picks, basically. And I like this for Zach because Zach's a good drafter, always. So I think he's going to utilize those 2 picks. And that's going to be a good outcome for him.
I did it. I put myself number 2. I don't know. It was hard to find anybody better than me that only has 4 players or less. I might be biased. I love Hunt. I think he's going to have a great year. Mahomes, basically a rookie starting at quarterback. I say they lean on Hunt more. You got OBJ. He's back. Contract year. He's healthy. Big season coming. Made the trade. Keenan Allen coming on back. Happy to have him on the team. Had a great year last year. And then we've got McCoy. He's getting old. Doesn't matter. They got nothing in Buffalo. Just lost a quarterback. And he's the offense. I mean, he might not get a lot of yards per carry, but he's going to get a lot of carries. And they're going to run him into the ground, and so am I. I'm looking 2 top 10 running backs, 2 top 10 receivers, solid core.
Your number 1 team, preseason, postseason favorite, doesn't matter. We have Tony. He's got 6 keepers. Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley, AJ Green, Devontae Adams, David Johnson, and Alvin Kamara. I showed this team to a coworker, and they thought I was lying. They didn't know how it was possible that this happened, and I had to agree with them. It's outrageous, but nonetheless, we're here, and he's done it. Clearly a preseason favorite. Le'Veon Bell and Todd Gurley are projected number 1 and 2. It's crazy that you have both. David Johnson, I mean, we don't even know. If he's back to his former self, we might as well end the season here. Um, this is a great team, one of the best I've ever seen, and it's. I mean, we need multiple ACL injuries. I mean, I think it can be done, but it's gonna be tough to beat this team this season. He's gonna have to not draft great. I know he's given up some draft picks, but yeah, number one, that's going to conclude this season's preseason keeper rankings. It was pretty tough. There's some good keepers out there, like I said multiple times. Um, I think the bottom five, 10 through 5, is up for grabs. Top five is pretty solid, but people are going to move around a lot. I'm excited for the draft. The rankings are going to change um, based on drafts for sure. Let me know what you think of these rankings. I'm excited for this season, and we're definitely going to be doing some more of these video recordings. Let me know how you feel about them as well. We're just going to ramp it up. It's going to be a good season. I'm excited, and me and Gene have some good things planned. Let's go.
Yeah, number one's no surprise for anybody. When you own the top 3 ranked players, not at each position, not at one position, they're all at one position, but they're top 3 in anybody's ranking of the top players to draft. Gurley, Bell, Johnson, that's how I'd rank them. And they're all sitting on Tony's team. You've got Kamara, another top 10 player. You've got Adams and A.J. Green, easily both top 10 receivers, with number 1 receiver upside if they can unseat Antonio Brown. So Tony's clearly the favorite. He is the Golden State Warriors. He is the team to beat. The question is, will he be able to repeat? We've only had it happen one time where the team that made it to the Rouse Bowl actually made it back into the playoffs. That was Tony, who lost it and then followed it up with a win last season. Can he do it again this year? Not only make the playoffs, but can he get back for 3 straight seasons? Everything points to yes, but we've also seen Tony put together a nasty all-star team once before, and we have seen them go down every single week to the detriment of his team. So anything's possible. It's not over till it's over. That's why we play the games. But those are the power rankings. I hope you enjoy them, and happy drafting. I will see y'all Sunday night.